Imagine this. You've just landed in a new country. You're excited to explore. And with your first hour, you've already lost $200. Not to a pickpocket, but to a scam you didn't even see coming. In 2025, scammers are getting smarter, faster, and more creative. From fake QR codes on parking meters to clone taxi apps stealing your payment info. And the worst part, these scams are exploding right now in most popular travel destinations. Today, I'm going to show you the travel scams that are everywhere in 2025 and exactly how to avoid them. Hey guys, I'm Matt. Welcome back to Places to Go. I've lived and traveled all over the world, and I've seen my fair share of scams. Some are classics that never die, but others are brand new tricks designed to catch travelers off guard this year. In this video, I'll break down the top scams that are exploding in 2025, from digital fraud to old school street hustles, so you'll know what to watch for and how to keep your money in your pocket. Scam number one. Fake QR codes. One of the fastest growing scams in 2025 is fake QR codes. You've probably noticed that QR codes are everywhere now. Menus at restaurants, parking meters, museums, tickets, even bus stops. Scammers know this, and they're slapping fake stickers over the real codes. You scan it thinking you're paying for parking or looking at a menu, but instead you've just sent money straight to a scammer, or worse, downloaded malware onto your phone. Here's how to protect yourself. Always double check the URL before you pay. If it looks sketchy or unfamiliar, don't enter your card info. If you're in a restaurant, ask for a paper menu or type the web address directly instead of just scanning. And for things like parking meters or public transit, use the official app instead of relying on whatever code is stuck on the pole. It's quick, it's sneaky, and it's spreading fast. But with a little awareness, you can dodge it completely. Scam number two. ATM skimmers and shimmers. Next up, the old ATM scam, but with a 2025 upgrade. Scammers are using skimmers and shimmers, tiny devices slipped into card slots that steal your card info and PIN the moment you use the machine. Sometimes they even install hidden cameras to capture your keystrokes of you typing in your PIN code. And here's the scary part. The tech is getting smaller and harder to spot. You may not notice anything wrong until you check your bank statement and see hundreds of dollars gone, like maybe a few weeks later. Here's how to avoid it. Use ATMs inside banks or airports where they're harder to tamper with. Always cover your hand when entering your PIN, even if you don't see a camera. If the card slot feels loose, sticky, or just off, walk away and find another machine. Better yet, whenever possible, use tap to pay or mobile wallets to avoid swiping altogether. A few seconds of caution can save you from weeks of trying to get your money back. Scam number three, fake taxi apps and overcharging taxis. Taxis are one of the oldest travel scams in the book, and in 2025, they've gone digital. In some cities, scammers have created fake taxi apps. They look just like Uber, Grab, or Lyft, but once you enter your payment info, you're not booking a ride. You're handing your details to a scammer. Then there's the classic overcharging trick. A driver tells you the meter is broken, or in places without meters, they'll wait until you've arrived to spring an outrageous fare on you. Here's how to avoid it. Stick to official rideshare apps like Uber, Lyft, Grab, or InDriver. In many countries, you can even use these apps to order a taxi, but the price is locked in before you get in the car. If you're taking a street taxi, check if there's a meter. If there isn't, always ask the price up front before you get inside. And remember, the vast majority of taxi drivers are actually honest, hardworking people. But just like any industry, there's a tiny percentage of slime balls looking to take advantage of tourists. With a little awareness, you can support the honest drivers and avoid the scams. Scam number 4, Airbnb and accommodation fraud. Another scam that's exploding in 2025 is fake accommodation listings, especially on short-term rental platforms like Airbnb. Here's how it works. Scammers post a fake or stolen listing with photos that look amazing, sometimes even copied straight from real properties. You book it, pay in advance, and when you arrive, the place either doesn't exist or it looks nothing like the photos, or the host tries to switch you into a completely different apartment. Here's how to protect yourself. Only book through trusted platforms. and never agree to pay off-platform through bank transfer or cash. The moment you do, you lose all protection. Read reviews carefully. Look for consistent reviews over time, not 10 glowing reviews all posted in the same week. If a listing looks way too good for the price, it usually is. And if you're ever asked to communicate outside the platform, that's your sign to walk away. Most listings are legit, but this scam is on the rise, and the only way to protect yourself is by sticking to the official system and doing your homework before you book. Scam number 5, free Wi-Fi data theft. Who doesn't love free Wi-Fi? Airports, cafes, hotels, it feels like a lifesaver when you're traveling. But in 2025, scammers are setting up fake Wi-Fi hotspots designed to steal your data. Here's how it works. You see a network called Airport Free Wi-Fi or Hotel Guest Wi-Fi. You connect and boom, the scammer running it can now see your passwords, banking info, or even install malware on your device. Here's how to protect yourself. Stick to official networks. Always ask staff for the correct Wi-Fi name before connecting. Use a VPN whenever you're on public Wi-Fi. It encrypts your connection and makes it useless to hackers. For sensitive stuff like banking, tether off your phone's data instead of public Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi isn't always free. Sometimes it comes at the cost of your personal information. Stay cautious and you can stay connected safely. Scam number 6, currency exchange traps. One of the oldest travel scams is the currency exchange hustle. And in 2025, it's still alive and well. Here's how it works. Kiosks at airports, train stations, or tourist hotspots advertise no commission or best rates. But what they don't tell you is they're giving you a terrible exchange rate, sometimes skimming 10 or even more than 25% right off the top. Here's my recommendation. Skip the kiosk. The best way to get local cash is by using an ATM at a bank. If you're from the US, a Schwab or Fidelity debit card is gold. They'll refund all of your ATM fees worldwide. Canadians can look at Scotiabank's Global ATM Alliance, and in Europe, banks like N26 and Revolut offer similar fee-free withdrawal perks. And here's a pro tip. When an ATM asks if you want to convert to US dollars or accept their conversion, always decline. That's called dynamic currency conversion, and it's just another way to rip you off with a bad exchange rate. Bottom line, stick to ATMs inside banks, use a card that refunds fees, and always take out money in the local currency. Do that and you'll never get fleeced by shady exchange counters again. Scam number 7, fake tours and tickets. Another scam that's been exploding lately is fake tours and tickets. Here's how it usually plays out. You're walking near a big attraction, the Colosseum in Rome, a Broadway theater, a famous museum, Neuschwanstein Castle, and someone approaches you with a deal. They say they have extra tickets for their group, or they bought too many and now they don't need all of them. Sometimes they'll even flash what looks like an official ticket and insist you're getting it at half price. The problem, 9 times out of 10, those tickets are fake, expired, or simply don't scan at the gate. By the time you find out, your money and the seller are long gone. Then there are the too good to be true tours sold by street vendors. They'll promise VIP access, luxury buses, or behind the scenes experiences. What you actually get is a crowded van, no entry tickets, or a tour that never even happens. Here's how to protect yourself. Only buy tickets from official websites, authorized agents, or directly at the venue. If a stranger tells you they have extra, smile and walk away, even if it sounds like a deal. For tours, stick to well-reviewed platforms like Get Your Guide, Viator, or recommendations from your hotel. Because if you buy tickets on the street, the only thing you're guaranteed to see is your money disappearing. Scam number 8, helpful local tricks. Here's one you'll run into all over the world, the overly helpful local. It starts innocent enough. Someone runs up to warn you about pickpockets, or offers to help you buy a train ticket, or insists on carrying your bag. Sounds nice, right? Except often the help comes with a catch. In some cases, they'll demand a big tip after helping. In others, while one person distracts you, their partner is lifting your wallet. And one of the oldest tricks, a person tells you it's not safe and they'll hold your valuables for you just in case. Spoiler, you never see them again or your stuff again. Now, don't get me wrong, most locals are genuinely kind and helpful, but the scam is when that kindness turns into pressure. Here's how to avoid it. Be polite, but firm. A simple no thank you and walk away. Keep control of your own bags, tickets, and money. If you actually need help, ask uniformed staff or go to an official counter. Real kindness never comes with a price tag. If it feels forced, it's probably a scam. Scam number 9, fake police or authority figures. This next one can really catch travelers off guard. People posing as police or government officials. Here's how it works. Someone dressed in a police-style uniform stops you on the street. They'll ask to see your passport, or they'll say they need to check your wallet for counterfeit bills, or sometimes they'll even demand you pay an on-the-spot fine. The scam? They're not police at all. And once you hand over your passport or your cash, it's gone. Here's how to protect yourself. Real police almost never collect fines and cash on the street. If someone tries, politely refuse and say you'll pay at the nearest police station. Always ask for proper ID. A scammer will often back down if you insist on verifying. And never hand over your passport unless you're at an official checkpoint or station. Carry a copy if you're worried about this. Remember, intimidation is part of the scam. Stay calm, stay firm, and if in doubt, walk with them to a police station. If they're fake, they'll vanish before you get there. Scam number 10, subscription traps. This last one doesn't feel like a scam at first, but it can quietly drain your wallet long after the trip is over. I'm talking about subscription traps. Here's how it happens. You buy a local SIM card, download a transport app, or sign up for a Wi-Fi plan that promises unlimited access. What they don't tell you is buried in the fine print. You've actually signed up for a recurring subscription. You get home, check your bank account weeks later, and realize you're still being charged for a service you're not even using. I've seen this with prepaid phone data, tourist passes, and even some so-called free trial travel apps. Here's how to avoid it. Always read the fine print before entering your card details. Set calendar reminders to cancel anything that says auto renews. And keep an eye on your statements after a trip. It's easy to miss small recurring charges when you're back in your daily routine. Scammers are betting you'll forget, but if you're paying attention, you can cut them off before they ever get that second charge. So there you have it, the top 10 travel scams exploding in 2025. Fake QR codes, ATM skimmers and shimmers, fake taxi apps and overcharging taxis, Airbnb and accommodation fraud, free Wi-Fi data theft, currency exchange traps, fake tours and tickets, the helpful local trick, fake police or authority figures, subscription traps. Some of these are brand new digital scams and some are old tricks that never go away. But the one thing they all have in common, they target travelers who aren't prepared. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been scammed while traveling? What happened and how did you deal with it? Drop your story in the comments. It might just save another traveler from making the same mistake. If you found this video helpful, hit that like and subscribe button and check out our free email newsletter, The Passport. It's totally free and we have tips packed in it every month on travel, living abroad, and how to make passive income. I'm Matt, this is Places to Go. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next adventure. Take care, my friend.